Morning. Sorry I did take yesterday off, but I'm back today. I am Jason Ellis. This is Tech Avail News. Today is Friday, March 26th. Happy Friday. So here are your top headlines from yesterday to know going into your workday today. We're going to start off with some sad news, unfortunately. Jessica Walters passed away yesterday in her sleep at the age of 80. We're all big fans of her. I know I am, of her work from Arrested Development and Archer. But, she had a 5-decade career as an actress, and I think a lot of people loved her. She, in my opinion, made Archer and made Arrested Development what it is with her. Just smart, dark, sarcastic, funny style to her acting. Just smart, a definite loss to Hollywood, which is unfortunate. In a nice sentiment, instead of sending flowers to her family, they're requesting that people instead do charitable donations in Jessica's name to the Guiding Eyes for the Blind Foundation. So if you feel like it, please do donate. But, a big loss to Hollywood, to say the least. In other news, in-demand writer Tracy Oliver has inked what is being told an 8-figure deal with Apple. Tracy is the writer from Girls Trip and Little. She has the reboot of First Wives Club on BET Plus right now, but I've heard a lot of studios were fighting for her. Apple came out on top. This is for her and her production company, Tracy Yvonne Productions. Cool to see a very unique voice come to a great deal. I think Girls Trip really set her apart and did a lot of good for African American voices, proving that, hey, there are very funny African women out there, and Tracy's definitely one of those. So good deal for her and good deal for Apple. In some very smart business news for a country, Spain has decided to bolster their film industry by committing $1.9 billion from now up to 2025. This is going to jump its tax incentive rate from what it is today up to $1.56 billion. They are smartly going, come to Spain. Our tax incentives now great. Use our audiovisual industry, and previously they've had Game of Thrones there. The Nun show on Netflix was on it, but really people have not been gravitating to Spain as much. But with the success of Money Heist and Elisa Marcella, I think the Spain government is going, hey, let's capitalize on this attention that these shows are giving us and bring more productions and incentives to our industry and to our communities. Film communities bolster tourism in a massive amount. And on top of it, I know for a fact, talking to a couple of acquisition executives, HBO, Amazon, Netflix, all of them have tried to do a copy of what Money Heist did for Netflix, essentially finding a successful first or second season show in Spain and then bring it to all the other domestic outputs for them, and then funding subsequent seasons. And then not just that, finding other formats from Spain to then adapt internationally, in America and Canada, wherever else they can. So smart by Spain to kind of go, hey, we're coming out of this pandemic. Let's throw money at the film industry, bring some jobs back to our ecosystem, our economy, and all that. So cool and good for us as producers and executives to now look at Spain a little bit differently. Just this morning, it is official that Fox News now joins Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, and with Mike Lindell in the Dominion voting lawsuits. Dominion Voting has of today sued Fox News for $1.6 billion for spreading false information about the voting machines from the 2020 election. Not going to talk too much now about it just because it's more of a news law thing. But, when the news is supposed to be telling the truth and it's not, we'll see what happens in this case. But the fact that now Dominion has decided to move forward, they have to have at least some form of proof and evidence that's going to support their claim. So I think it's more something for all of us to watch at the very least. I am a gaming nerd, so I am very happy about this announcement. Sony and PlayStation Productions have announced that they are doing a film adaptation of Ghost of Tsushima. This game came out in 2020 for PlayStation 4. Opening weekend, it did 2.4 million in 3 days of unit sales. That's like a $100 million opening box office for us. This game is beautiful. It's smart, a very rich story. Even I remember reading an article, the Japanese industry was actually upset how perfectly this game told Japanese history, and they were kind of going, how are we not doing this when this is an American made product from Sucker Punch Productions? It's great. And it's about a samurai who decides to essentially lose the samurai tradition to take back his town of Tsushima. It's smart, it's really pretty, but the cool story is that Chad Stileski, who's the director of John Wick, is going to come on board as director and produce it with his production company, with Alex Young and Jason Spitz. The game is violent, the game is action. It's just told in a very smart, beautiful way. So having Chad do what he does for John Wick for this game, I have very high hopes for this. If you represent a Japanese actor, I would be tracking this ASAP. This is, if done correctly, can be very smart and very well received. In attachment news, Nikita alum Peter Outerbridge has been brought on to recur on the CW Batwoman to play the villain Black Mask. I'm not knocking Peter for this casting at all. I'm knocking Black Mask. We just saw this villain in Birds of Prey. So more of a knock towards like the DC entertainment as a whole, going, Batman has so many other villains. Why are we doing another iteration of Black Mask? Yes, cool story. He's the White Knight, blah, blah, blah. Mix it up. I think Peter's going to do a good job, not knocking it. Batwoman, I think, their ratings are up and down right now. Just, there's other villains out there for us. In pilot casting, Rebecca Rittenhouse has grabbed the title role of Maggie. This is the ABC pilot. I actually really, really like this pilot. I think it's smart. It's funny. If it's executed correctly and it's not multi-cammy, but not like laugh track. If it's done with the right note, the way I read it, this pilot 100% works. I like Rebecca Rittenhouse. I don't know if she has the comedy timing for this role. To me, I read it as a younger Kristen Ritter, or like a mid-20s Kristen Ritter. And Kristen Ritter does a very unique, deadpan, smart comedy. That's a very tough, thread to needle. We'll see what Rebecca does. I'm a little hesitant, but still, congratulations for her to get that role. I'm just very curious how it's executed. In some positive news right here, Gavin Newsom for us in California. Gavin Newsom has announced that come April 1st, anyone over the age of 50 will now qualify to get a vaccine. And then come April 15th, anyone over the age of 16 will qualify for the vaccine as well. This is going to be great for us. Hopefully our industry will start to return a little bit more to normal. I hope we don't have to go back to the offices, but I hope that for productions and, studios and all those, COVID delay issues will soon be a part of the past. So start signing up, start looking out for those calvax.com websites, and, let's all get healthy. So those are the news articles for us to have for our workday today. It is Friday. Make sure you try to enjoy it. The weekend's coming up. I am Jason Ellis. Please like and subscribe. That'd be awesome. Have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday morning. See you later, guys.